Imagine this. You're walking through a quiet street at dusk, and the girl you once knew as a child suddenly spins toward you, laughing, pretending to peel an invisible tangerine in the air. She says, "You have to forget there's no tangerine." And then it becomes real. That single moment will haunt you for the rest of your life. This is the story of Burning, the 2018 South Korean masterpiece that starts like a romance and ends like a nightmare you can't wake from. Let me take you into its slow, smoldering fire. Lee Jong-su is a shy, awkward young man drifting through life in a tiny rural town near Paju. His father is on trial for violence. His mother abandoned the family years ago. And Jong-su dreams of being a writer, but barely has enough money for rice. One ordinary day, while doing a delivery job in Seoul, he bumps into Hae-mi, a girl from his childhood neighborhood. Hae-mi has changed. Bright lipstick, carefree smile, plastic surgery that makes her look like a stranger, yet somehow still familiar. She remembers him instantly, teases him for never noticing her back then. And within minutes, she's twirling in the street, laughing like the world belongs to her. Jong-su is stunned. He can't look away. That same evening, she asks him to feed her cat Boyle while she travels to Africa. She dances for him under the setting sun, silhouette against the sky, arms wide, saying she wants to feel the great hunger of life. Jong-su just nods, heart pounding, already falling. Have you ever met someone who feels like sunlight after years of gray? That's Hae-mi for him. 3 weeks later, Jong-su goes to the airport to pick her up. But Hae-mi doesn't walk out alone. Trailing behind her is Ben, a handsome, wealthy, soft-spoken guy driving a Porsche, smiling like he owns the silence itself. Ben speaks perfect English, laughs easily, and never seems to work, yet money flows from him like water. Jong-su instantly feels small, clumsy, poor. That night the three of them drink on Hae-mi's tiny rooftop. She dances again, topless this time, high on weed and freedom, as the sun bleeds into the horizon. Ben watches with a polite smile. And then, out of nowhere, he casually says he has a strange hobby. Every 2 months, he burns down an abandoned greenhouse. Just picks one, pours gasoline, and watches it disappear. No one ever notices, he says, yawning. They're like trash. Jong-su laughs nervously, thinking it's a joke. Hae-mi laughs too, but her eyes linger on Ben like he's the most fascinating mystery in the world. Something cold settles in Jong-su's stomach. Days turn into weeks. Hae-mi stops answering his calls. Her tiny apartment is empty, closet cleaned out. Even Boyle the cat seems to have vanished. Jong-su asks the building owner. Hae-mi moved out, left no forwarding address. It's like she evaporated. But Ben is still around, still smiling, inviting Jong-su to lavish dinners with his rich friends, who talk about famine in Africa like it's entertainment. At one party, Ben watches a girl cry over her lost dog and says softly, "Some tears are crocodile tears." Jong-su starts driving past greenhouses every day, waiting for smoke, waiting for proof that Ben was lying. Nothing ever burns. I swear this part of the story made my skin crawl, because the scariest monsters don't need to raise their voice. Then one morning, Jong-su's phone rings. It's Hae-mi's mother. Someone paid off all her family's old debts in cash. No name, just gone. Jong-su's obsession grows. He stalks Ben's apartment, watches him through windows, studies the way he moves graceful, empty like a cat playing with food. He finds a tiny drawer in Ben's bathroom, filled with women's jewelry, watches, earrings, a familiar cheap plastic bracelet Hae-mi used to wear, and at the bottom, a new, still tagged watch waiting. Jong-su's hands shake. He remembers Ben once said, "For me, it's like burning greenhouses. I'm thinking it's time for the next one." Very soon. One cold afternoon, Ben calls Jong-su out of the blue. He's driving to Jong-su's farm, bringing friends for lunch. Jong-su panics, There's nowhere to hide evidence, nowhere to run. He rushes home, digs a deep hole in the field, pulls out a box he's been keeping. Hae-mi's old clothes, her missing cat's bowl, and a knife. Snow starts to fall. Ben arrives with 2 giggling girls, polite and perfect as always. They eat, they laugh. Ben pets Jong-su's dog like nothing ever happened. Then, as Ben leaves, he turns and says with that same sleepy smile, "Jong-su, there was a greenhouse very close to your house. It burned perfectly. You never even noticed." He drives away. Jong-su stands frozen in the snow. He walks to the spot Ben pointed, nothing but empty field. No ash, no trace. Just like Hae-mi, something inside Jong-su finally snaps. He cleans himself carefully, puts on his best clothes, drives to Seoul. He waits outside Ben's building. When Ben steps out in his perfect coat, Jong-su calls his name. Ben turns, smiling, always smiling. Jong-su stabs him once, twice, again and again. Gasoline pours from the trunk. The Porsche erupts in flames. Jong-su strips naked in the snow, burns every piece of clothing, every trace. He stands there, covered in blood, watching the fire. And for the first time, he looks completely awake. The screen cuts to black. No music, no explanation. Just the sound of fire. This ending, I still can't sleep sometimes thinking about it. Was Ben really a killer? Or did Jong-su imagine everything because he couldn't bear losing her? Were the greenhouses real? Or metaphors for people Ben quietly erased? Tell me in the comments, what do you think happened to Hae-mi? Did Jong-su become the monster? Or did he finally serve justice? Drop your theory below. I read every single one, and this movie breaks people in different ways. If burning left you staring at the ceiling like it did me, smash that like button. Subscribe for more stories that haunt you long after the credits roll, and let me know which moment made your blood run cold. Thank you for stepping into the fire with me.